everybody? It is your girl, your diva and knowledge, Lady Mocha, and I'm representing Mocha's Cafe de Paris. Well, you know, on this channel, I'm going to always be serving you wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual awareness. And to give a big ups to all of my subscribers, those of you who have been rocking with me from day one since I started this journey, going on 3 years. Big ups to all of you who are still rocking with me, still supporting me, just by still being a subscriber, whether you've been a moderator, or a donator, or just somebody, just a subscriber, just giving me positive energy. Again, I definitely want to thank you for still rocking with me through this journey. Secondly, I want to thank all of you who have just subscribed. I thank you, and I welcome you to the Mocha Cafe de Paris family. Trust and believe you will be in good hands here. I will never disappoint you. I will always give you the best content that any black female YouTube subscriber can possibly give. And third, if this is your first time ever being here and you like the content that you hear today, please make sure that you subscribe, and all of you hit the notification bell so whenever I do any new uploads, you will be the first to know and you won't miss out on any of the content that I am uploading. Okay, so moving further along, thought it was very imperative that I share this particular recipe with all of you. I wanted to talk about approval addiction. We hear all the time about addiction, and most of the addictions we're focused on, or most of the addictions that we have been taught about, are addictions such as being addicted to drugs, being addicted to sex, being addicted to alcohol, being addicted to eating too much. There's so many different types of diseases, so many different types of addiction out there. But very rarely do we talk about the addiction of approval, or the approval disease, where we're constantly seeking approval. We're constantly looking for people to give us praises. We're looking for people to be on our cheerleading team. And a lot of us, there's a lot of people who just could only survive basically off of the approval of others. Now, to really narrow down the point that I'm trying to make, the problem is in the YouTube sector. There are so many content creators. I'm noticing that they're not even so much concerned about donations. Now, I won't say donations is not a priority, because let's face it, when it comes down to it, money's everything. Okay, so I do get that donations are a big asset when it comes to being a content creator, because that is how you make your money. That is how you make your living. Of course, that is how you upgrade your content. That's how you advance your channel. When you get enough donations, you can get the best of equipment, you can get the best of editors, you can get the best of everything, as long as you have the amount of money flowing where you could afford to do all these luxurious things to make your channel stand out. However, what's going on in the YouTube sector is a lot of YouTube content creators in the black sector, because of the type of content they have been distributing, the type of content that they have been conducting, that has been in violation of a lot of the YouTube policy and procedures. Many of them didn't care about being demonetized, or not having super chat, because there's other avenues to still receive your donations. Of course, we have PayPal, then we have Cash App, so there's always more than one avenue. So um a lot of content creators, they got past, they're not, being able to monetize their videos due to the type of content they're doing. But this is the other issue that a lot of people don't really know, and a lot of people don't really care to speak upon. But the truth of the matter is, it's not just the donations that you get addicted to, and it's not just the fact that you have all these subscribers that are, subscribing to your channel and your brand. The addiction also develops when you get used to approval for the type of content that you do. Let's face it, even athletes look for approval. If Tiger Woods or Steph Curry, if they disappoint their fans, or if Tiger Woods doesn't miss and you know get a ball in the hole, if Steph Curry misses the last point that they need in order to win the finals, there's a lot of people that will begin to be disappointed in you, especially when they've looked up to you and they've been rocking with you, and you are somebody that they kind of depend on to make things happen, basically. So basically we all seek approval, even rap hip hop artists, rappers. If your fans are not pleased with the type of music you're doing, you will know it. Your album sales will drop. People are not buying as much concert tickets. You will know it. That goes whether if you're a rapper or you're a singer, you're actor, actress, same thing. If there's not enough of fans buying your movies, it can really reflect how you feel about yourself as a person, especially when you've always been known to be on top. People who have built legacies for themselves, like Michael Jordan, um, Michael Jackson. Once you set a certain bar, people expect you to keep that bar at all times. And they forget that you're human. They forget that sometimes you're going to fall short. You may have had 20 banging ass albums, but this album is kind of sloppy. So you're going to catch a lot of heat for it. So once you set a certain standard for yourself, people look for you to follow through on that. So, basically, what I'm insinuating, because I know everybody's wondering, what does this really have to do with anything? There's a lot of us as content creators who have our own channels, and it's gotten to the point now where, even though, like I said, donations have been a priority, but what is going on is that there's a lot of content creators that are not being honest in the YouTube sector, meaning that they have become addicted to the approval of subscribers. They basically fallen prey to the approval disease, to where if they miss 1 day, 1 or 2 days not going live or not uploading a video, they automatically feel some type of emptiness. You have some people that have learned to make social media their life. I know some people personally who have more of a social media life than the actual social life. Meaning, yeah, they have a lot of subscribers that support their brand and that donate to their channels. But in real life, nobody's really effing with them like that. They don't have no real friends. Their family ain't even messing with them. They ain't got nobody, real genuine people that really rock with them like that, because behind closed doors, you can present yourself to be a whole nother person. And that is the advantage of social media. You could be an a-hole, you can be a jerk, behind closed doors, personally, with people who personally know you. Um, but with social media, when you have these platforms, you can pretend to be this cool, calm, and collective guy, or this cool, calm, and collective woman. You can act like you really have a love for black women when you really can't stand them, or you have a love for black men when you really can't stand them. And even more so in the YouTube sector, we don't really be discreet about it. Black men and black women, we let each other know when we have an issue with each other. We have the uckery movement, where in the black male bashing movement. So a lot of that is going on the YouTube streets. We're very open with our hate and our our hostility towards one another. We're very open with that. So that's not even so much an issue. However though, it's pretty much like this. When you start your movement to be based on a certain type of issue within the black community, and once you see all of the glory and all of the recognition you get by promoting negative, polluted content that's poisonous to the black community, you really don't realize how poisonous it is when there's so many people that are thumbing you up, basically showing that they're liking the uckery that you're promoting. People, when people are donating to you through your PayPal, through your Cash App, um, once you get all of this approval, because basically, if people are supporting your channel and they're donating to your channel, they're subscribing to your channel, and they're thumbing up the content you do, basically, they are approving.
Are you sick of these cable companies taking your hard-earned money? Is your cable bill increasing every month? Is your cable bill close to $100 or more? Well, I can make your life much easier and your bill much cheaper with Expresso Streams. Expresso Streams is the new live TV streaming app that will provide you with over 7,000 channels for only $25 a month. That's no taxes, no late fees. All you need is a high-speed internet of 25 megabytes per second and an Amazon Fire Stick, and I can submit to you a free 24-hour trial before you purchase. Over 100 premium movie networks, such as 7 HBO channels, over 10 Showtimes, over 12 Cinemaxes, Cartoon Networks, music stations, adult entertainment, over 100 channels from foreign countries, even in Spanish, local news stations, and free pay-per-view events at no additional charge. We offer way more variety compared to Dish Network, DirecTV, Comcast, Sling, Netflix, Hulu, and other live cables and streaming apps. Stop letting these cable companies rob you and start saving today. If you are interested in receiving a free trial or purchasing this, be sure to email me today at cafedayparis79@yahoo.com for more information. Stop letting these cable companies pimp your pockets.
Of the content that you display. Okay, so um as content creators, when we get all of this love and admiration from our subscribers who tend to love the negativity we promote, what it does to us as black women and black men, it strokes our ego to where now we feel like we have to turn it up a notch. We have to really get it turned up. Let's really push the pedal to the metal. You know what I mean? So you want to continue to keep getting that love and that support, and you want to continue to grow your cheerleading team, meaning people that's cheering for you whenever you promote this type of negative content. For instance, if I decided to base my platform on bashing black men and talking garbage about black men all day, that is what I do on my platform. On Monday, I may have a topic about black men, lack self-esteem. Then Tuesday I may do content about black men don't take care of their kids. Then Wednesday I'm doing content black men they want to swirl because they can't handle a black woman. Then Thursday I'm doing a content on black men always got something negative to say about black women. Then Friday I turn around and do a content about black men ain't crap. Basically that is all that I do my content upon. I'm going to get more support from sisters that are angry like me, that are bitter like me, and still have a chip on their shoulder like me. They're going to be my primary subscribers and my audience because, again, we're on the same level of pain, and people are going to go where their pain is being supported. Now, if that is the way I choose to run my channel, there's not going to be too many black men that are going to rock with me because of course I'm insulting. My content is based on insulting them, so I wouldn't expect, if I were that type of person, for them to support me, because I wouldn't support it if it was the other way around either. So I'm already going to lose them. So my thing is, um, by me predominantly doing my content against black men and my content is anti-black men, then majority of my content, I'm just going to have other women on my panels that adopt my same theories about how black men ain't crap and black men ain't this. I'm going to only invite females on my panel who adopt my negative way of thinking, which means because I've only made my content centered around being anti-black men, now there's no way we could really the channel cannot grow because I'm only allowing it to be centered around that. But the thing is let's say this, it will grow, but it's only going to grow for a certain audience, because I do realize, and I'm starting to notice that the anti-black man movement, they get a lot of subscribers just as much as men who promote black female uckery. So they get just as much subscribers as well. It's usually the channels such as myself that where we are balanced, we don't get as much admiration or recognition because we're not, we're not promoting the hate and the bitterness that people want to feed off of. So they're going to go to the all black woman panel, or they're going to go to the all black man panel because they want somebody that's going to help them lick their wounds. They don't want to come to channels like this because I'm not giving them enough to feel sorry for themselves, or I'm not giving them enough reason to continue to keep hating the opposite sex that they want to hate. Okay, so keep in mind that if I it's that just this is just an example, that if I did my panel in if I operated my panel in that manner to where it was anti-black men, the problem is I'm not I'm limiting myself from learning how to not stay in this mindset because I'm not allowing men to come on my channel to give me a different insight as to maybe why I should not feel the way I feel about black men, or if as long as they're intelligent black men and they're willing to hold a real conversation. Not I'm not talking about one of those rock roller type of dudes that want to scream or holler at a black woman and tell her she's stupid, she's dumb. But if he's an intelligent black man, he can come to my panel and break things down to me in a way to where I don't feel like he's belittling me. I don't feel like he's trying to make his opinion more valuable than mine, but he basically knows how to approach me in a sense to where he's respecting my perception about black men, even though it's not the best perception, but he's still not allowing how I feel in the way I do my content to affect him being open to wanting to do a panel with me. And that is where maturity plays a significant role for black men and black women. When you are willing to allow somebody else that can come on your panel, even if they have a totally different perception or perspective from yours, you still man enough, woman enough, intelligent enough to allow them to come on your panel. And even if they disagree with everything you say or they got their own way of looking at things, you don't have to insult them, curse them out, use profanity to make them feel small just because you want your opinion to stand out more than theirs. But those of us who stay in this mindset, this is the reason why it's not even so much your channel growing. The most important thing is, are you growing? Okay, even though all of your subscribers are coming to you and they're subscribing to your channel, they're donating to your channel. But my thing is, how are you growing as a man, or a grown man or a grown woman who wants to keep promoting this same negative content because you have allowed um the profits to become more important than progress. And that is what's going on in the black YouTube community sector. There are too many of us that have learned to focus on the dollars instead of focusing on, developing, getting better, getting stronger. My thing is I can collect money all day for those who support my movement, my negative movement. I can get all these different subscribers. I get over 200,000 subscribers. But if I'm still an angry, hostile, bitter woman, I'm still limiting myself from being able to have more than what I have. Yes, I'm going to have all these females that are going to praise me and worship me because I got so much negative things to say about black men. But besides the social media world, my own personal life, I limit myself from getting a good black man because I have learned to adopt this movement that a lot of subscribers have learned to support me on, because I so badly look for their approval and I want to keep their approval. The less chances of me changing my life, because it's not even about me anymore. It's about me keeping my subscribers happy and keeping the donations rolling. And meanwhile, I'm playing myself and not even realizing it. And as a content creator, we can easily feel like we're not losing anything because the money is flowing. You're getting uh money through your Cash App. You're getting money through your PayPal. So meanwhile, while you're promoting this negative movement that's helping you to receive all of these donations and all of this love and admiration and approval. Meanwhile, you are not growing as a man or a woman. Because in order to grow as a black man or a black woman, we have to step outside of our comfort zone. That's like somebody who live in the hood and um was given an opportunity from the government that they will pay for your whole college tuition, um as long as you are working, working a certain amount of hours or whatever. The government makes you eligible to you know take college courses, and they pay for it, and you don't have to pay one dime. But the only catch would be is once you graduate from college and you get your college degree, you will no longer get your food stamps. You will no longer get your housing. Now you're going to have to take the training wheels off and go out there into the real world. Now, once a person has been told that, okay, we'll give you this, but you got to get rid of that, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to do it. So what happens if you offer somebody that type of option? It sounds like a good idea, but they're not going to take it because they're not ready to give up what it takes in order for them to become better. In other words, I know going to college, I can get a degree, I get a better job, but hey, I'm doing good where I'm at. I'm getting my stamps, I'm getting my housing. Oh, later for that government program, I'm not trying to take no college courses. You know why? Because they know once they make that change, everything else around them is going to have to change. And that's the problem with content creators. A lot of them don't want to change the movement that they promote, even though they know it is bad and it's poisonous to the black community. The thing is, that is how they're profiting, because at the end of the day, they're worried about the dollars. They're not worried about developing. Okay, they're not worried about that. They'll keep that same negative, stagnant mindset first before they let go of their dollars and say, you know what, I want to change the content that I deliver. Okay, I made my money, I made my bread, I got a lot of benefits promoting this movement, but I'm ready to promote something different, something more positive. Again, what has happened is approval has become a disease for a lot of these YouTube content creators. And believe it or not, even though some of these content creators may act cocky, may act arrogant, and act like it doesn't bother them that, if they lose a couple of subscribers or people start donating, let me tell you something. It bothers them to the core, because again, is that approval. Even though, even as a content creator, if they know one or two people decide to unsubscribe and stop donating to them, and it may be 3 or 4 more that may come and replace the 2 that they lost, you would think they would not be upset about it. But believe me, the content creators, the ones who have the biggest channels, They are clock watching. They are watching. They're paying attention to all the analytics. Hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. They're paying attention and watching people who are subscribing and unsubscribing. They live daily off of subscribers approval. This is why a lot of them, if they can't maintain, or they feel like they're losing and they're watching their numbers slide and drop, this is where, they start doing petty stuff now. Now they got to knock other content creators. So you already have 200, 300,000 subscribers, but because you're losing a couple of subscribers, or because YouTube has demonetized you because of the content you've been doing, you're angry and upset about that. So you're going to start nitpicking on other people who got nothing to do with why you are losing certain things throughout your content. So they'll do little petty things, like they will pick on other content creators that may not even have near as much subscribers as them. But what happens is they build up this displaced anger. They become angry and they have to target somebody. They have to go in on someone. They want somebody to suffer for things that are not going well for them. I hope people don't be hitting my notification bell all night now. Get on my nerves with that. Um, but as I was stating, this is the new addiction with the YouTube content creators. A lot of them have become addicted to your approval. I don't care how much they go around here acting big and macho, like they the man and they the woman, and nobody's gonna, no one or two subscribers they lose is gonna make or break them. They're still gonna eat good, they're still gonna live good, or whatever, whatever. But you can tell when their egos are bruised, because these are the same ones. They have to do a panel addressing every little tiny thing that's not even irrelevant. They have to talk about another content creator that's not near as big as them. They become childish. They start nitpicking. If not that, they're inviting people to their panels to insult them, to make a mockery out of them, because at this point it's about, displaced anger. I want to ruin somebody else's day because my day is ruined. I got things not going right in my personal life or my social media content. I'm getting all type of heat from YouTube. I'm getting demonetized. I'm getting strikes. I'm getting flags. So I'm going to ruin somebody else's day just because my day is ruined. You will be surprised how many grown, petty men and grown petty women we have in YouTube that talk the talk, but at the end of the day, they can't walk the walk. Every little thing hurts their feelings. They can't lay down and go to sleep without addressing somebody about something that was said on YouTube. They're not even man enough or woman enough to walk away. They got to do a 2 hour, 3 hour panel venting and spitting and going off about somebody that's supposedly they don't consider that relevant. My thing is, why are you talking about people because you're angry, but you're not realizing you're going to help that person get clout? Because when you're on your channel, your panel, ramping and raving about this content creator, you don't like them because you think they biting off of you, they copying off of you and all this other stuff, or this content creator broken, ain't got no money. Well, if you're doing so well, then why are you mentioning their names? Because what you're doing is your same subscribers are going to go to their channel and they're going to act like they're loyal to you, but they're going to subscribe to the people that you are against so they can keep the drama going back and forth. Your same subscribers that's coming back to you and telling you, oh, well, this person and that person talking about you, or whatever, whatever. 9 times out of 10, they have subscribed to your arch enemy. And it amazes me that you have a lot of grown men and grown women who don't see that, because, again, they have become addicted to YouTube approval. A lot of them cannot lay down and go to sleep unless they have uploaded. Some of them won't even take a break. They can't even disappear for like a month. Some of these dudes and some of these women would lose their goddamn mind if you told them that they cannot do a YouTube video for 1 week. A lot of them will have withdrawals. Withdrawals. I mean, they'll get the shakes. They won't be able to sleep at night. A lot of them are going to lose their mind, in the event that if YouTube decide to shut them down, they're not going to be able to handle it. A lot of them said, well, I'm not going nowhere. I know you're not going anywhere because, again, you have become addicted to YouTube, to the approval of your subscribers on YouTube. You can't lay down and sleep peacefully in your household unless you get on your laptop and you blasting somebody, you chewing somebody out, you spitting somebody up, you trying to tear the next man or the next woman down, because that's the only thing that makes you feel good about yourself, is when you got to destroy and sabotage somebody else. So at the end of the day, really, what a lot of these content creators don't understand is they try to act like they're the ones who got the power, because they get to kick people off their panels, they get to block subscribers. But what they don't realize is a lot of these content creators, they don't run their life. You know who running their life? I'm gonna tell you who's running a lot of these big time YouTube content creators. I'm gonna tell you who's running them, even though they try to act like with their ego and they testosterone, all these females with their estrogen try to act like this is my channel, this is my movement. I get to decide who I want here, who I don't want here. Let me tell you something. Subscribers have all the power in the world, okay? Subscribers can like you today and hate you tomorrow. So while a lot of y'all walking around here, these content creators acting like y'all God's gift to the subscribers, if every last one decided to unsubscribe to your channel, a lot of y'all will be butthurt. A lot of y'all will cry. Grown men will cry like little boys, and a lot of grown women will be crying like little girls, because, again, they have become addicted to the approval. It's like a superstar that's addicted to the limelight. That's why you have some of these celebrities, they get depressed when fame leaves them. They're so used to the praises, they're so used to the recognition. I mean, that's what happened to the singer Frankie Lyman. Why Do Fools Fall in Love? I love that movie. He couldn't handle not being recognized anymore. Back during his era, he was like the king of doo-wop. He had made a lot of money, been married more than one time. He was the man during that era. And the problem is, a lot of people don't want to accept the fact that there's a season for everything. You may be on top, but when your time is over, it's just over. None of us are going to be where we are forever. And you got to be prepared for that. And we have a lot of these content creators in YouTube. They are so afraid to let go. They're afraid that if they don't do an upload for a whole week, that somebody's going to forget about them, or they're not going to get any donations. You know why? Because they have gotten addicted to the approval of their subscribers. While they're doing their content like I'm doing now, I'm talking to y'all. This is a recorded session, of course. Content creators, they pay attention to what's going on in the comments, okay? And this is why I say a lot of these content creators, they have become more addicted to the approval more than giving good content. Because what happens is, as they're doing their content and they're kind of breezing and peeping in and looking in the chat room, the moment somebody says something out of pocket, they're telling one of their moderators, oh, kick him out, kick her out. They talking crazy. They talking this. They talking that. Because, again, they're not getting the approval that they want from that person. But as long as everybody else in the chat room is saying, yeah, get him, man. Get him, man. Yeah, girl. Get him, girl. Tell these no good NIGGAS about themselves. And, yeah, man, tell these no good thoughts about themselves. These no good black, females, blah, 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 this, that, and the third, or whatever. That's what means the world to these content creators. Approval has become like a drug to these big content creators. Yes, these same dudes that try to act macho, try to act like, they don't need nobody. They're the king. Same thing with these females who try to act like they got the whole panel on lock because they got all these other bitter black women that's rocking with them, supporting them. That's what they look for. And the moment they start receiving more disapproval than approval, that's when you're going to see the attitudes. Okay, that's when you're going to see your favorite content creator be mean and kick people off his panel, kick people out of his chat room. Those he made moderators, he don't, he take the wrench away from him, because again, he's addicted to the approval. She's addicted to the approval. And the moment you take approval away from them, it's like snatching candy from a baby. What you get is tantrums. What you get is attitudes, okay? So, with that being said, it's very important as content creators that you don't become so addicted to your approval. And these are for those who are already content creators, and for those who are thinking about becoming a content creator. You want to start your own movement, you want to start something positive. I think that's a great thing. We need more black men and black women that are trying to stand above the rest and set their own trend versus following the trend. We do need more black men and more black women like you. So if you're one of those who want to do a channel, don't let what you see in these YouTube streets discourage you from that. Just make sure you read all the guidelines and you keep up with what's required of you, because a lot of people losing their channels because they're getting out of pocket, they're cursing, they're doing too much disrespectful and degrading things. So make sure, just because you start a channel, you know what you can and can't do. Another thing, we've been, like I stated before, we've been having issues with, a lot of people, even people who've been doing good content, who haven't been reporting, who haven't been promoting the messy movement. They're catching heat. It is just really sad, and those are the ones who I don't like to see to go. It's the ones who promote the garbage that I'm glad to see leave, because I'm like, good. That's one less pollution. That's one less garbage we have to worry about sitting on the side of the curb, stinking up the whole neighborhood. So some of them need to go. But for the most part, a lot of them should have stayed, because they were doing a lot of positive things for the black community. They was feeding the black community real knowledge and real wisdom and spiritual awareness, and that is what we need. So what's going on now is you got some of them, they're trying to play it safe. They're trying to play it smart now. They're making sure they don't say anything out of pocket. They're talking all the big trash and saying all kind of stuff. But I'm starting to notice some of them are bringing it down just a little. They're bringing their egos down just a little bit. Some of these women are bringing down their estrogen just a little bit. You don't believe me? Go check out your big YouTube content creators. Yeah, they're talking trash, but if you notice, they're not talking as much trash as they used to talk. Because you know what? At the end of the day, they know they are not the boss. They can sit there and floss and act like, this their channel. They do what they want to do. They ain't crazy. And a lot of them, they want to stay with YouTube because YouTube is free. They're not charging content creators to do content. Okay, so a lot of them, they don't want to go to Black Junction because they don't want to pay the money. As much as they claim their subscribers are cheap and don't want to spend no money, they don't want to spend no money moving their channel and their movement to a different platform, like I think Black Avenger and Black Junction. I've heard some of these things that cost like $10 a month, because we have to support one another. But no, they don't want to do that, honey. When you start telling black folks, they got to spend some money, oh no, they ain't going there. They want to be here where it's free. So as much as they talk trash and act like they don't need YouTube, honey, YouTube has become their master. And a lot of these big YouTube content creators, they are slaves to their masters, because if they had it like that and you don't like YouTube rules, then why are you here? You know why? Because you are addicted to the approval. Yes, we have a lot of approval junkies in these YouTube streets. Okay, and guess what? YouTube is the biggest drug dealer that's supplying these uh you know approval addicts with what they want, and that is publicity. Okay, so on that note, y'all, definitely tell me what y'all think about this. Do y'all think that some of these content creators, as much as they talk trash and act like they don't need YouTube, do you think they know that they are addicted to approval, that they have the approval disease? Because if they really had it like that and they got all this money and they so much don't like YouTube, then why are they here? Why they won't shut all their channels down and go somewhere else? Well, they're not going to do that. So what is y'all opinion on this? Do y'all think it's a couple of us and a couple of us as content creators that are in the streets addicted to approval? Do you think that's a good thing? You think that's a bad thing that we're trying to go all out our way to please the subscribers? Or can that be a bad thing where you lose yourself trying so hard to support a movement that you may need to change so you can change yourself as well? So I definitely would like to get y'all opinion on what y'all think about this content. Don't forget, if you're interested in my cable, I'm selling cable for $25 a month. Also, I am a travel agent. So if you want to go out of town, you want to plan a cruise, you want to go to Paris, you want to go to France, make sure you email me at cafedeparis79 at yahoo.com. Y'all have a blessed day. And if you would love to send a donation, I would prefer, if you choose to send it to my PayPal. Super chat takes forever to send my donation. So if that's something you're interested in doing, you're not obligated. That's if you choose to bless my brand. You're more than welcome. I would prefer Cash App or PayPal. All right. So it is your girl, Lady Mocha. Remember, I'm going to always pour you a cup of truth and break you off with a slice of knowledge. Take care and you have a blessed one.